So, I fix them all. I can fix your cards. I'll do it. And I'll do my best. Nobody can do about it.
Seriously, check him out. His TikTok is linked down in the description. Pokemon cards.
Oh, he fixes them. He's a card fixer.
As darkness falls, our imaginations take flight.
Alf, welcome back. 2 huge stories today. First one, a Pokemon influencer, a lot of subs, gets absolutely smoked by another Pokemon influencer about card cleaning. We're going to dive into that. But first, we're going to talk about eBay. eBay's got a new feature. A lot of people talking about, man, why can't eBay get a better website? It's the same site as it was in 1997. I mean, there's part of this thing where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, I mean, there's a reason why so many people use this site. And they have added on some cool features, and the one I'm going to talk about today actually is really handy. So they've added in this little insights button here when you go to buy cards. Let's look at the 1990 Topps Frank Thomas rookie card. We'll first look at it in a PSA 10. So of course you've got the population report now too, where you can see right there how many PSA 10s are there, how many 9s, how many of them are graded. It's all attached in there in eBay. Well, now you got this insights button. It's a price guide. It'll tell you the last sales, and then it'll show you listings. So if you're like, I don't know if I trust all those sales, go down below and it shows all these different listings, and it even has card ladder indexes attached to a lot of these players as well. So you have got a full gamut of resources here when buying cards, but the price guide feature is pretty awesome. I mean, if you think about newbies coming in, they don't always know to go to complete listings and sales and how to look at past sales on eBay. It usually only goes back about 3 months, and you have to go to Terra Peak, or maybe you're going to 130 point. You're trying to figure out, these sales, or you have to go to a data tool. Well, this goes back 2 years. So you can look at last 3 months, last year, last 2 years, and get a feel for pricing on any. I've looked up like 5 different cards, and they all popped up with the price guide. Now, let's look at the 89 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Same sort of thing. I did look at an ungraded copy for Griffey Jr. I pulled it up, and for some reason, the price guide was not attached, but then I went to another ungraded copy of the card, and it was there. So obviously, if it's ungraded, there's no population stuff there because it's not in a PSA slab. But it does show pricing. It gives you an idea of what does an ungraded copy go for, and I think it was like 88 bucks or something. Actually, let me correct myself. It's median pricing, not average pricing. So median pricing is listed there for the card, about $88. And it can range, obviously an ungraded card, it could look great, it could look terrible. So you're going to get some variance there. But just the fact that they've got that set up now to where you've got population info and you've got the price guide stuff there, I mean, that makes life a lot easier than having to switch back and forth, figuring out what are the sold listings. Makes it really easy. All right, let's talk about a recent video that went viral by Opossum Bud. He is a funny Pokemon influencer guy.
But Opossum, he never said that these were going in to be graded. Maybe he's keeping these in his binder. Maybe he is a virtuous man. Maybe he's not undercutting or tricking the grading companies. That would be just, he couldn't do that. That's not something. Don't worry, fam. I've got you even further. Don't fret. Check this out.
I think you would probably agree he's probably a cynic of sorts. He is not a fan of the flippers. He's not really a fan of grading cards. He pops cards out of PSA slabs, just wants them ungraded. He's a collector. Probably views himself as more of kind of a pure collector. He's not in it to buy sealed and hold. He's just collecting cards and collecting all the Pokemon stuff. And it's in his background there. He does a lot of these call-out type videos where it's, there's endless content on Pokemon scalping. There's vending machines that are getting like broken into. There's people pulling guns out at card shops. I mean, like, Pokemon cards is on another level from sports cards. There's shenanigans in the sports card world, but the Pokemon TCG stuff is wild.
I'm just getting ready to leave the expo, and we always check under our trucks and trailer, and it's a good thing we did. Somebody put a tracking device on us tonight. So somebody's trying to track our stuff, follow us home. You get the point. It's pretty crazy. Be safe out there. That goes for customers and vendor alone, any show you're at. Tracking device put on our truck.
He made a video calling out Cool Trainer Ryan. I believe it's Cool Trainer Ryan. I think I'm saying that right. He kind of reminds me of, when I look at the hair, it reminds me of Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. Remember that guy?
Reviewed.
I'll admit there's plenty to make fun of when it comes to sports card YouTubers and IGers and the way that we all look and everything, but some of these dudes on the Pokemon side, it's like a whole nother level. It's funny. Anyway, and they're always like 25 to 30, I feel like. I'm going to guess he's in that age group. 25 to 35. He's in that bucket. And most of these guys are in the Pokemon space. It always makes me laugh when these guys are really trying hard to, look cool, looking cool in trading cards, it's just so funny how the world has changed. When we were kids, we collected cards. As an adult collecting cards, it's always been like, oh my gosh, it's such a nerdy thing to do. We all have regular lives. We got families. Now you're like a Pokemon badass. You're like, this dude's like vaping and, he's on stream. He's opening packs. He's got the wild hair going. And a lot of them are like this. It's funny. Trying to act cool in any sort of trading card space never does come off great. Always good to show some humility. I know prices have gone bonkers and everyone's making money and whatever, but let's not take ourselves too seriously, whether you're on the sports card side or the Pokemon card side. Well, anyway, this guy did not get the memo. Cool Trainer Ryan did not get the memo on that front. Dude is trying to be as cool as he possibly can be. Well, he's got a buddy, I think it's Pokemon Marsh. I don't care, guys. I'm not going to dive in and do a bunch of research on this. I'm going to give you a general overview. I'm going to show you exactly what Opossum shows in his video. I'll show the clip so that you can get the full story. He lays this story out here and it's perfect. So the issue is Pokemon Marsh or Pokemarsh, he does card restoration. He's one of these Kurt's Card Care guys, except I want to throw in the nuance here. We're not talking about using a microfiber cloth. We're not even talking about using a solution, because I think when you're using a solution, that's no, do not do that. But there's a lot of the hobby out here that is fine with the solution. Okay, fine. You're using some sort of chemical solution. I guess there's parts of the hobby that are cool with that. I'm not. But no. This guy's not doing the solution. This is like buffing it out, like fixing dents and stuff. And I think for the majority of trading card hobbyists, this falls under the bucket of altering or restoration. And certainly when it comes to PSA, how they view it, it would be altering or restoration. I personally do not want to buy a card if I know that it's been altered or restored. And what a lot of people are doing, and it's not even just in trading cards, they're trying to sneak all this stuff by grading companies. They're trying to do they're trying to sneak stuff by the photo matching company. And anything they can do to improve how this thing looks, better grade on it, sell it for more, they're all for it. Sorry, maybe I'm the old man yelling into the clouds, but I have a problem with fixing dents in cards or, dunking it in water or bleach or whatever to try to like clean off something. Yeah, sorry, maybe I'm weird. I've got a problem with it. So essentially what happened here, Opossum Bud made 2 different videos on this. The first one basically says that Cool Trainer Ryan, he's not doing the cleaning and the dunking and all the stuff, but he's handing it off to Marsh, Pokemarsh, who claims to be the best, the absolute best card restoration guy on planet Earth. Maybe he is. I don't know. Who knows? I don't really care. I don't really think that's something to brag about, but here we are, guys. It's 2026. So Opossum Bud knows that these guys are buddies. They're on each other's live streams. They go on and they're friends. They show it. They're hanging out. And so what he's trying to do is piece this thing together where Cool Trainer Ryan is using Marsh to clean his cards or repair his cards. That's the issue that I've got. The big issue I've got is the actual repair and restoration, like it's a classic car, of these cards to then send in to try to get better grades out of it. And the part 2, the second video that Opossum Bud puts out is the proof essentially showing that this is exactly what is happening. Let's roll the tape.
Go down the different stages of proof for Ryan doing this stuff. Ryan, while he is opening cards and doing PSA returns and all that stuff, he will occasionally examine the condition of the cards when they're coming back from PSA, so on and so forth, right? If he gets a grade that he thinks is unwarranted, sometimes he will look at that card and he'll be like, maybe we can get this card fixed. Roll the clip.
8. Fine. I'll take a 9 on that. That might be one I consider maybe doing a little refresh on.
Ooh, a little refresh on. What do you think he means by that? Do you think he means like maybe cracking it and just kicking it up again? Maybe doing something to the card, trying to get something pressed out, or maybe something a little bit repaired? Maybe, that's a little too vague, Opossum. Hey, no problem. He does say stuff like this quite a bit, though, about getting cards fixed or getting stuff taken care of quite a bit on his PSA subs. Check this out. Roll the montage.
I have a full art of Eevee and Snorlax. Kind of want a 1. I want to see a 1. It's a 3. It's fine. We got a 3. There's no there might be fixing it. We're just gonna flip it over. Well, there goes my streak. There goes the streak, guys. There's a little crease right there. There's a little something right there. Get that taken care of. No problem. Cracked out. Taken care of. Champ GX. 6. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'll get that taken care of. Not a big deal. I just look at the edge wear and I go, It's a 5. I'll have that corrected. Yeah, guys, anything with 5s, it's definitely damage. Anything like 6 and below is definitely damage. I'm gonna have to take a look at those and see if they can be corrected.
That's kind of funny. He says that a lot. He's going to get these cards fixed. And what does Pokemarsh say he does to cards?
Yeah.
So, I fix them all. I can fix your cards, so do it. Now, repay best. Nobody can do about it.
Seriously, check him out. His TikTok is linked down in the description. Pokemon cards.
Oh, he fixes them. He's a card fixer. He's the card fix guy. He restores them. He fixes them. I fix them the best. I'm the bestest card fixer you ever done. It's the opossum. That's way too vague. You can't possibly say this is enough evidence to actually put towards and say that Ryan is doing this and submitting it for grade. Hey, no problem. I got you, fam.
Is that a crease or a print line? I can't. I'm still 9. Give me a 9. Why not? First one was a 9. Give me a 9. That's more like it, folks. That is more like it. That is what I was expecting from these promos. I will definitely be considering cracking this and sending it to be reviewed.
Excuse me. The fuck did you just say?
Sending it to be reviewed.
Whoa, sending it to be reviewed and he winks at us. Hey guys, it's gonna be reviewed. It's gonna be reviewed the hell out of. Someone's gonna review the fuck out of these cards and make sure that 6 is gonna be flipped upside down. It's gonna be a 9, baby. Now, what was the point of any of this? Why would he do any of this in the first place? What's the reasoning for this? Ryan might be keeping all these cards for his personal collection, blah, 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 any of this stuff. No, he sells these cards, by the way. This is just something that happens, and he admits to this, that he sells the majority of these PSA return cards, no matter what they are, and no matter what the memories are associated with it, such as the cards he pulled when he was actually doing the chase streams. Check it out. He admits it himself.
A little thicker here, so the back is clean. I'm going to probably say 9. Yeah, it was a 9. 9's fine. At the end of the day, it's the memories we made along the way, not about the grades we get, because either way, I'm selling the shit out of all of them. I'll take the 9. It's a little right heavy. Damn, I wanted 110. If I got a 10 on one of those, I might actually kept it. For the PC, I might actually kept it.
It's so they come back in a better grade so we can sell them for more and sell them to somebody else without them knowing that this is going to be a repaired card, a fixed card. Because I guarantee he doesn't put that on his eBay. Like, oh yeah, he sells these on eBay, by the way. Has his own eBay store right there where he sells, you guessed it, a bunch of PSA slabs. So, we're starting to put together a really good airtight seal on this, but we're not airtight yet. See, he just said reviewed and then winked. That's not him saying that he's going to submit these to PokeMarsh for anything. Oh, never you fret, fam. I got another one for you.
The 543 of those tin promos, I will be sending them to PokeMarsh cards. They'll get them fixed. Lickety-split.
Oh, he's going to send those cards directly to PokeMarsh for those to get fucking taken care of. Lickety-split. They're going to be repaired the hell out of. This is going to happen. Once again, PSA is completely against this whatsoever. You are not allowed to knowingly do this and submit the cards over. And if Ryan truly has a problem with this, if he's truly against this because PSA is just such a scumbag company and we can't do anything, like they're bad. It's okay to scam them. It's okay to actually pull the wool over their eyes and trick them about this whole thing, right? Well, then why is he taking money from such a terrible company? Why is it the only grading company that uses Play for more time?
Personally, I only use PSA. If you guys are interested in using PSA, there's an affiliate link down below for all new accounts. All new accounts, they only require a new email address. Absolutely free. Just new email address. New email address. Use the coupon code COOL25 at checkout for a cool $25 off first submission. It's practically a free submission. All you have to do is pay shipping there and shipping back. Guys, I only use PSA. I think you guys should only use PSA as well.
Okay, so we are all tracking so far. There's no confusion, right? PokeMarsh cards is definitely who Ryan is sending these cards to. But Opossum, he never said that these were going in to be graded. Maybe he's keeping these in his binder. Maybe he is a virtuous man. Maybe he's not undercutting or tricking the grading companies. That would be just, he couldn't do that. That's not something. Don't worry, fam. I've got you even further. Don't fret. Check this out.
Is it true Marsh helped you fix the gold Selby? Yeah, he tried to help me. Help me fix some dents and indents and creases. Help me clean up some like old vintage cards. Like get them ready for grading. Yeah. So? What?
Hey, here you go. I got something specifically for you. You're going to need your own broom right here to sweep up this one. I'm very curious how someone's going to make this one disappear. Really, the only thing anybody can say at this point is, I don't care. And sure, if you don't care, whatever, that's fine.
And so first things first, let's not use Cool Trainer Ryan or whatever his name is code. Let's use the SCD25 promo code to get the $25 off that first submission. I'm not cleaning cards. I'm not buffing them out, restoring them. I'm not sending anybody to rub out my cards. I'm to essentially massage my cards to get better grades. So SCD25 code for your first submission over at PSA. And while you're down in the promo code section of the video description, Kronozio, you want to sell volume on eBay, but you don't have all the time in the world just to list cards all day long, you can scan and list up to 1,000 cards an hour with some of the Kronozio products. All integrated with eBay, AI integrated listing, shipping, all the stuff. Check out Kronozio. And the Super Bowl Saints promo code will save you money on Kronozio products. So what do you guys think? And Opossum Bud said it right there at the end, which I think is just crystal clear in our trading card hobby. If you don't care, you don't care. But here, he's basically laying out, here's the information I've got. Do with it what you will. If you're pro card cleaning or just don't care about card cleaning or restoration or whatever we're calling it now, then it won't affect you. A lot of people will say, like, who cares? But I'll tell you what, I don't want to be on the buying end of a card that I find out years later that it was dunked in some sort of solution or bleach to get a stain out, and then all of a sudden that stain comes back. That has happened with vintage sports cards, and it's probably going to happen in the future on some of these things. We just don't know. You don't know the long-term effects of what is in these products. Comment down below, are you yes or no to card cleaning? I'm not talking about a microfiber. That's perfectly fine, just a dry microfiber. What I'm talking about is working out dents like you're a mechanic. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with soaking cards? Let me know down below. Say yes or no in the comment section. If you want to explain why, I'd love to hear it. Friends, have an amazing day ahead. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.